Donald Trump just completely melted down, crashed out, and canceled an interview midway through on Meet the Press after being pressed on his lies. A stunning moment from a president who seems to be more fragile than ever. Watch this and spread the word.
That they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
you know why I got that? Because you have no credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd.
You have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
Your
about
elections in this country. We're like a third world country. Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But Mr. President,
you're one-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain with you.
I know.
I've sat in the rain with you for an hour, on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what? A country can never be great with a dishonest press.
We traveled all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
It's a white people problem. Specifically, a white male problem. White males make up the majority of MAGA. White males make up the majority of SA cases in the United States. White males make up the majority of SA cases when it comes to minors in the United States. White males make up the majority of the House of Representatives. White males make up the majority of the Senate. White males make up the majority of the executive branch. White males make up the majority of hate groups in the United States. Now, I'm not saying that all white males are the problem. I'm saying that a lot of the issues are owned by white males. The power structures and the problems. 2/3 of the three branches of government are majority white male. Now, the Supreme Court is a little bit different. You can look at it as majority white or majority male, but it's not majority white male, if that makes sense. So basically, all three branches of government are majority white male with the exception of the Supreme Court, which is either majority white or majority male. So, my point being is that I fit the demographic of white male, yet I'm not involved in any of those groups whatsoever. And I know there's a bunch more white males like me. So I'm calling out all the other white males like me to help address the issues that other white males have caused. Only about 30% of the U.S. population is white male. So if 60% of white males lean Republican, that means out of the 30% of the population, they only make up about 18% of the population. So if we take our 12% and add it to everybody else who's not straight white male Republican, we'd make up around 82% of the voting bloc. And personally, I don't think it's right that 18% of the population is making the rules for the other 82%. 18% is in charge of everybody else. That don't seem right.
What just happened in the Middle East? Iran just launched missiles toward Israel for the first time in months, and now Iranian officials are reportedly threatening more attacks over the next several days. Now you might be saying, well, that's new. Every single time Israel and Iran start exchanging blows with one another, the possibility of a much larger regional war goes up. And we're not talking about Israel and Iran here. You're talking about Hezbollah, Lebanon, U.S. military assets in the region, global oil markets like we've seen, and potentially America getting pulled deeper into this conflict. Now, according to reports, Israel did intercept the missiles, so thankfully the immediate damage appears to be limited. But the bigger question is whether this ends here or this whole thing starts another escalation cycle, because history has shown that one strike turns into retaliation, retaliation turns into another strike, and before you know it, everybody's asking how we got here and what's going to happen next. So the next few days are going to be very important. Do you think this thing is going to escalate, or do you think it's going to calm down?